The following course has been created for an online class at the American College of Education. Articulate is the software used for the creation of this course because it is easy to navigate. My audience is younger, 6th grade, and I felt that they would be able to easily learn and adjust to navigating this platform. Additionally, the ability to easily embed links and video, as well as the ability to create knowledge checks for formative assessment, made this an attractive platform. This course focuses on ancient Mesopotamia. Students will learn about the geography, religion, achievements, politics, economy, and social order of this ancient civilization. Students will complete a total of 10 lessons in this course. The target audience for this course is a 6th grade social studies class. The school in which this course will be administered is a rural school in a small district. The students are not one-to-one with technology, therefore, you will see that some of the activities in this course are not online activities. This design was intentional to meet the needs of my students. On the opening page of this course, students will see a description of the course and the order in which to complete the activities. Students are required to complete the introduction first and the assessments last, but they may complete the core content in any order. Students can clearly see the Start Course button and will click here to begin navigating the course. After clicking Start Course, students are taken to a new screen. They are automatically viewing the introduction for the course, but they can see the remaining lessons on a toolbar on the left side of the screen. Students were told on the previous screen that they must complete the introduction lesson first. Therefore, students should click Start Quiz on the introduction lesson. Students will take a 5-question pre-assessment on key vocabulary words related to Mesopotamia. I will quickly click through the answers to allow the viewer to see the questions the students will be asked. As I'm clicking through the quiz, you can see that the navigation is very simple to use. Students will have no issues navigating through the quiz. After submitting the final question, students will see their results. Because this is a pre-assessment, students are not required to receive a specific score in order to move on to other lessons. Students now have the option to complete the core lessons in any order. I will go through these in order for the sake of this presentation. Throughout these lessons, you will see a consistency in the font and color choices. I chose the font from the choices available in Articulate. This font, Merriweather, was easy to read and seemed like a good choice for the course. For the colors, I chose shades of brown, as this made me think of ancient civilizations and dirt. A light tan color was chosen for a background because behind the text because it contrasted well with the black font. All images chosen are related to the topic and have an old feel to them in order to emphasize the ancient part of ancient Mesopotamia. At the beginning of each lesson, the objective is stated. For geography, the objective states, given an unlabeled map of ancient Mesopotamia, students will be able to label the 10 key geographical features of the region. This explicit stating of objectives is supported by Muhammad K. Afifi and Sayad Al-Amri, 2014. They explain that making objectives clear to learners at the beginning of a lesson aids students in knowing exactly what content they should be focused on and allows them to know the expectations of their learning. After viewing the objectives, students will read a short set of instructions for navigating the first section of the course. Continue buttons were placed after each section to help chunk the information students view at one time. Dr. Tiffany Hamlet discusses this strategy in a presentation for the American College of Education by explaining that chunking prevents students from becoming overwhelmed with information and allows them to process what they are learning. After clicking Continue, students will see embedded links for informational readings about Mesopotamia's geography. These links are to kid-friendly readings on popular websites. For this course, most readings come from Mr. Don's website or Duxter's website. They will read through all three before clicking Continue again. Next, students will view a video on geography. After watching the video, they will click Continue. Finally, students will complete an activity/assessment on geography. This activity directly aligns to the objective as it asks students to label 10 locations on a map of Mesopotamia. Students are provided with directions on saving and sharing their completed maps. Once their maps are submitted, students are finished with this lesson. As you can see, the opening to this lesson looks very similar to the last. By arranging each lesson in the same way, the students will be able to become familiar with the layout and navigation quickly. Again, you can see the objective for the lesson. The objective states, given an informational reading and 4 puzzle pieces, students will be able to apply information from the reading to assemble the puzzle pieces to accurately describe Mesopotamia's religion. Next, students are given directions for the lesson. Students will now be able to view the embedded readings just as they were in the last lesson. Students will then watch a video on BrainPop. BrainPop also includes quizzes and activities, and students are given directions for completing those activities. Next, students will complete the puzzle activity mentioned in the objective. This is a paper-pencil activity, so students are given directions for gathering their materials from the teacher. Finally, students will complete a knowledge check. This formative assessment is intended to provide students with feedback on their progress with Mesopotamia's religion. Students are first asked to match each god with the region of Mesopotamia that worshipped it. Then, students answer a short answer question about religion. The opening view of the achievements page looks the same as the 2 previous lessons. Again, the purpose of this consistency is to make navigation easier for students. The objective for this lesson states, given Play-Doh and a cuneiform alphabet sheet, students will be able to write a sentence to a friend in cuneiform to demonstrate an understanding of Mesopotamia's written language, and, given a supply of sugar cubes, students will be able to work with a group to build a ziggurat with 4 levels to demonstrate an understanding of Mesopotamia's architecture. Next, students are given instructions for the lesson and should read through all of the embedded links. Students are given the opportunity to explore ziggurats and cuneiform through 2 links on the page. The first link allows students to build ziggurats online, and the second link allows students to excavate and put together cuneiform tablets. These online simulations provide students with opportunities to put what they are learning into practice. Dr. Hamlet states that online simulations or virtual trips are sometimes the only way that students can view certain concepts. By completing these simulations, students are able to actually view ziggurats and cuneiform tablets, which is not something to which they would normally be exposed. Now, students will complete the activities mentioned in the objectives for the lesson. They will see the teacher for their materials so that they may build a ziggurat using sugar cubes and write in cuneiform on a Play-Doh tablet. The final part of this lesson is a 2-question short answer knowledge check. This will provide formative feedback to the student and the teacher. The navigation and font/color scheme are again the same. The objective for politics states, given an informational reading and 10 comprehension questions, students will be able to recall important facts about Mesopotamia's politics with at least 80% accuracy. Students will read the directions and then click on each embedded link. Students will watch a short video on Mesopotamia's politics. Students will then complete the reading and questions mentioned in the objective. This activity is not online to allow for students to work together and to share computers with other students if needed. Throughout this course, there are several opportunities for paper-pencil work as my students need non-technology options based on our school's current capabilities. The economics lesson is laid out in the same format as the previous lessons. The objective states, given an informational reading and 10 comprehension questions, students will be able to recall important facts about Mesopotamia's economy with at least 80% accuracy. Again, students will read information about the economy by clicking on the embedded links. Students have the opportunity to complete a simulation regarding trade in ancient Mesopotamia. This uses the same website as the simulations in the achievements lesson, therefore students will be familiar with the layout. If students start with this lesson, then they will be familiar with the website when they complete the achievements lesson. Students will again complete an in-person reading and comprehension question activity, which they will receive from the teacher when they get to this portion of the lesson. The objective for social order states, given poster paper or an online presentation software, such as PowerPoint, students will be able to create a graphic that labels and illustrates the 5 main social classes in Mesopotamia. Students will then read about the social order through the embedded links. Students will watch 2 videos about Mesopotamia's social order. Students will complete an activity using either poster paper or PowerPoint in which they create a graphic illustration of the social order in Mesopotamia. This activity aligns with the objective. The students are given explicit instructions on how to complete the activity, how to create, save, and send a PowerPoint, and how they will be graded. A checklist is included for how the activity will be assessed. Students would have to navigate off of this page and into their Microsoft accounts. However, they have used Microsoft in the past and have all necessary passwords. This tab shows students how to join a review quizzes game for ancient Mesopotamia. This quiz is assigned as a homework assignment in Quizzes, which means that students can complete it at any time before the due date. This again provides an opportunity for formative assessment and feedback. This page gives students the directions and rubric for their written assignment summative assessment. The objective states, given a computer in Microsoft Word, students will compose a 5-paragraph essay from the perspective of a person in ancient Mesopotamia that includes at least 5 facts about the language, architecture, government, and social order of the region. The assignment directions and rubrics align directly to the objective. As students click Continue, they uncover directions for logging into their Microsoft account and the rubric for their essay. For the final assessment of this course, students will complete a short test. The objective states, given a multiple choice online assessment, students will be able to recall important facts about Mesopotamia's language, architecture, government, and social order with at least 80% accuracy. Students should click Start Quiz to begin the quiz. I will click through each question to show what students will be asked. I'm clicking some incorrect answers as well. You can see as I go through that the questions are multiple choice, but they are different depth of knowledge questions as some require analyzation of quotes or pictures. When students get to the end, they will receive a grade. Selma Vonderwell and Marius Bobuck explain that multiple types of assessment should be used to determine students' mastery of content. Additionally, assessments should take place at multiple points during instruction in order to allow opportunity to provide students with meaningful feedback. Throughout this course, students have completed paper assessments, knowledge checks, quizzes, games, presentations, written assignments, and tests. I chose a variety of assessment formats in order to provide my students with multiple opportunities to demonstrate their knowledge. Additionally, according to the CAST website, one principle of the Universal Design for Learning is multiple means of action and expression. Some students express their understanding more effectively in specific formats than others, and I have tried to include opportunities for all students to be successful in this course. In the creation of this course, the Assure instructional design model was followed. Ruby Spencer states the steps of the Assure model as analyze learners, state goals and objectives, select methods and media, utilize media and technology, require learner participation, and evaluate and revise the blended learning strategy. The blueprint created for this class included a thorough learner analysis. After creating the learning objectives, I was able to align the activities and assessments to the objectives. The technology was utilized in the creation of this course. Finally, students will complete the course and evaluate it using a SurveyMonkey survey. Thank you for viewing this course, and I welcome any feedback.